God knows our body. So what he said was, I want your body to rest one day. I don't want any hot food in it. Eat your salad. Eat your sandwich. You know, eat something light. That's what God tells us to do on the Sabbath day. God has rules for us, and we got to learn these rules. So what we do is show who we are according to the Bible. Now, can I ask you a question? What is your nationality according to God? What does God call you?
His daughter, his child.
Okay. Is everybody a child of God?
Yeah.
Now, well, that's the big question. Because I agree, you are a child of God. Is that your mom? Okay. Mom, we're here to show you that we are the people of the Bible. Have you ever heard that before? You have. So if I ask you to prove that we're the people of the book, how could you do it?
I don't think I can.
You can. So that's what we're here to do. We're going to show you how we know who we are according to the Bible. Watch this. I want y'all to listen to these scriptures. This is when we came out of the land of Egypt with Moses. Listen to this.
28:15. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
What does hearken mean, Mom? Uh-huh.
Does it mean
Hearken. Hearken. You know what hearken means? Hearken means to listen. If you will not listen to what God is telling you, listen to his voice. Let's start back at the top again. Let's start fresh.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
So what did God tell us we had to do?
Follow the commandments.
Follow the commandments, right? So God is saying, if you listen, you have to listen to me and do all my commandments. If you don't do them, this is what's going to happen. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses...
That all these what?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So is a curse a good thing or a bad thing?
A bad thing.
Curse is a bad thing, right? So God is telling us through Moses, if we don't do what he says, he's going to put bad things on us. So now we're going to prove who we are out of the Bible, because these curses only fit one group of people. They don't fit anybody else. Okay? So we're going to name some of these curses, and I'm going to let you identify who they are. What's your name, brother?
My name is Vander.
Vander? Okay. Vander, Kalia, and Mom. Kalia's mom. Okay, what's your name? Huh?
Bryson.
Okay, sounds good.
Bryson.
Bryson. Okay, Bryson, sounds good. All right, now I want y'all to listen to this. And family, y'all take a listen to this as y'all walk to the event. I know we are in a lower state, so we come out here to try to help and edify our people to who they truly are, so they can feel that they're above, feel like we're the people of the book, rather than the people that we've been taught here in America, that we're beneath everybody, right? Watch this. We're going to show you one of the curses. So it was a curse that was going to come about. Watch this.
16. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So God says, for your disobedience to me, you're going to be cursed in the city. Who's cursed in the city? Who lives in the worst parts of every city? All over the world, not just here in America. Who lives in the worst parts of the city? Come on, bro. What's your name?
Tayshawn.
Tayshawn. Okay. So who's cursed in the city? Tayshawn.
I guess
we are, right? Is everybody cursed in the city?
Yes, they are.
Whoa. Now, I can go downtown, not necessarily this city, and I can see some big old tall buildings. Do we work in these buildings or own any of them? So that's a curse from God. We couldn't go up there and go to sleep. That might be an apartment up there. God says you're going to be cursed in the city. Where do we live? We don't live up there. We live in the hoods, in the ghettos. And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Right.
What field are we cursed in? Let's take a look. Where's my sign at? Do you have that one? You got that one? Okay. See, look at the bottom of the sign right here. When we cursed in the cotton fields, we had to pick cotton, sugar cane. We had to pick all those things. God says you're going to be cursed in the field. I grew up picking blueberries and in the tobacco field. I was cursed in the field, right? God says you're going to be cursed in the field. Also, think about it even to this day. Are we cursed in the job field? Do we have the best jobs, or do we work at McDonald's and Walmart and different places like that? We even cursed in the field today. So God is telling us who we truly are in the Bible, because that don't fit anybody else. Does that fit anybody else, Nahshon? Does that fit anybody else? That don't fit anybody else. That fits us. It don't fit no other group of people. If you can tell me it fit the Chinese, the Arabs, they own stores. Chinese own, they got their own neighborhoods. Call it Chinatown. Do we have our own? Where we live, they don't call it a neighborhood, they call it what? The trap or the hood, right? That's what God tells. I'm telling you, this Bible only fits us. Give me verse 30. Watch this. Because that's what curse that was going to fit us. We were going to be cursed in the city and cursed in the field. Keep reading.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife.
So even during slavery, have y'all seen slave movies like 12 Years of Slaves and Root and stuff like that? Listen to this verse and think about what happened. You're going to betroth a wife. That means you're going to get married to a woman, right? You love that woman. You married her. But keep reading.
And another man shall lie with her.
And another man is going to rape your wife. Who did that happen to? That happened to us, right?
Right.
Who else does that fit? And all this boils down because we broke God's commandments.
How?
You said,
How though?
oh, you want to know how? Let me finish some of the curses so I can identify. Now, how do we get over here to Nahshon? What? I can't remember your name.
Bro, I don't even know. I can't tell you, man.
Okay, so now, how do we get over here as a nation of people? Because you might not even know, because they don't teach that in school. How do we get over here? We came from here. How did we get here? On a boat, right? You agree? Let's read that and let's see if that's in the Bible. Because this Bible has our history down to a T. It doesn't fit, it fits us like a glove, like a brand new suit. It don't fit nobody else but us. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So God says he was going to bring us into Egypt, which means captivity. Get me that in Egypt right fast. We're going to show you what Egypt means, because the Bible defines itself. We don't have to go in and ask the pastor, hey, what does this mean? What does that mean? The Bible will define itself. So we're going to see what Egypt means. Read.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So what does Egypt mean? Don't leave me. Stay with me. Stay with me.
We gotta go. We gotta work.
Hey, well, come over here for 1 second. Let me get through 2 more scriptures with you before you leave.
I'm gonna get you two.
Okay, give me 2 more scriptures. Because what we prove is that we are the children of Israel. If you see yourself on this sign, do you see, come on over, Mom. Do you see yourself on this sign? These are the names that God calls us. These are the names that we were given in our captivities. So what tribe would you be from?
Judah.
You'd be from the tribe of Judah. What about you, Mom?
I'll be from it's crazy.
So what is your father?
I mean, he goes to
He's American black?
Yeah, he is.
So if your father is an American black, you're from the tribe of Judah.
Okay.
That means that you're from the same tribe that Christ came from. So we are the true Jews of the Bible, not the fake ones. We're not Jewish, we're Judah. We're not Israeli, we're the Israelites of the Bible. That's what we are here to teach. So now, you know that you're an Israelite. Now we're going to show you one thing. Give me that Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. Because remember what we went into captivity for. Why did we go through all this? Because we did what?
Why could we didn't follow the commandments?
We didn't follow the commandments of God. Right? You are 100% correct. Now, let's see what God requires of you, Mom. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel.
So now you're an Israelite. Y'all are Israelite. You're an Israelite, brother? What tribe would you be from? You see yourself on this sign? Come check it out. Come closer, brother. We don't bite. We just out here because we love our people. Now, would you be a so-called American black as well? Okay, so you're all from the tribe of Judah. I'm assuming you're from the tribe of Judah. That's your son? He's from the tribe of Judah, right? All of us are from the tribe of Judah, right? So now, God says, now Israel, what does he require of thee? Because there's something required for being God's chosen people. Because we broke the commandments. Read.
And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
Read.
but to fear the Lord thy God.
So we have to fear God. How can we show that we fear God? Like, that's your mom. Like when she told you when you was a child to do something, what did you do? To prove that you loved her. You just went and did it. Mama said to do this, I gotta do it. Mama said be in the house by 6 o'clock. I gotta be in the house by 6 o'clock, right? That's what God is telling us. Do what he tells you to do. Read.
Bring it up.
To walk in all his ways.
So we have to walk in God's ways. Read.
And to love him. And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Read on.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
So we have to keep the commandments of the Lord. Keep reading.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, for thy good.
That's for our good. Because if we kept the commandments, we'll be above everybody. That's what the Bible says. Let me show you one more. Give me Deuteronomy 28:1. Because God said that it was a contract. If you do what I say, I'm going to put you above everybody. But if you don't, guess where you're going to be? In the ghettos and slums of America, getting your backs. Look at this man. Look at this man's back. You see that?
Yeah,
that's an actual picture of his back being whipped. You've seen it, right?
So that was our fault?
That all this because we broke God's commandments. Look at those cargo slave ships. Look at those yokes of iron on his neck. All those things happened because we broke God's commandments. You see that? So that's not listening to your daddy. God is our fault. He ain't everybody's fault. He's our fault.
Right.
Now, I know you got a question about that. We're going to give me 1 second. We're going to get that scripture right there in a second. But keep reading.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high, above all nations of the earth.
You hear that? God says if you do what I say, I'm going to put you above everybody on the planet. That's what we're trying to get back to, because that's our natural place. That's what God told us that we needed to be. That's what God put us there.
Right.
We didn't choose God. God chose us. He put us as his chosen people. Israel means a prince that has power with God. We are the Israelites. We have a special relationship with God. Because we're going to show you something. Give me that in Joel chapter 2. Because remember what I said. You said that everybody is God's children, but everybody don't get punished like we do. Why is that?
Why is that?
Because we are God's people and we broke the commandments. He didn't give his commandments to everybody. He gave them to us to keep. He told us through Moses to keep the commandments. We didn't do it, so we get punished for it. Now, I'm going to show you that right fast. Watch this.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. And hear this word which the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
So God said, I'm going to hear this word that I'm speaking against you, O children of Israel. That's who we are. Read.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only.
No, I know everybody on the earth.
You only.
Everybody's my children.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
God says he only knows us out of all the families of the earth. Read.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
You hear that, Mom? Mom, you letting that scripture get away from you. Mom, you hear that? He said, read it again. Let me read it one more time for you. Okay. Watch this, Mom. Don't get distracted. Watch this.
Verse 2. For you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
God says he's going to punish us for all our iniquities. That's why we stay at the bottom. That's what we're trying to teach our people. That is the reason why we're here. When we found out that we broke God's commandments and all the light bulb came on for all of us, and we came out here and said, we have to teach our people this because they ain't been taught this. And they'll stay at the bottom and we'll continue to do what America tells us to do, celebrating 4th of July. We can ready to pop some firecrackers. You gonna pop a firecracker? Don't even pop a firecracker because we were in slavery. Juneteenth is what? It's supposed to be the celebration of us getting out of slavery. But we have to know why we went into slavery. Because we broke God's commandments.
Still in here, slavery.
That's it, sis. So how can we get out? Remember what we read in Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. We have to keep God's commandments. Now, we have to know God's commandments to keep them. Do you know what the Sabbath day is? Yeah. What day is it?
I think is it Saturday.
It's Saturday, right? But what day do we go to church?
Sunday.
That's why this continues to happen to us. That's why we have our brother Rasheem Carter get his head cut off down in Mississippi a little while ago. Y'all heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard about it, right, brother? That's why we're still hung in trees. And we'll be hung in a tree, and they'll say, he committed suicide. Hold it. But there's no scuff marks. There's no ladder there, nothing. How can you hang yourself in a tree without a rope and a ladder? And who would hang themselves in a tree? Those are the things that's happened to us since we've been here in America. You got your George Floyd. All these things happen to us because we continue to break God's commandments. And he only gave us the laws. Give me that Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Because we continue to break God's laws. And we have to figure out what we need to do. Now, you know the Sabbath day is Saturday. We're going to get a couple of commandments on the Sabbath day. Because guess what we would do if we kept God's Sabbath day? We would shut this whole economy down. Because guess what? When do they have the best sales? Why? Why do you think they had the best sales on Saturday?
Everybody off.
No, it ain't that. It's because it keeps you in the midst of sin.
Right.
When you go to that store and buy, you're going to stay in this state. We're going to stay here at the bottom, and he's going to live up there. That's why they do it. Everything is a plot against us. And we have to know this so we can come out of the punishments that God put on us. If we don't know why, because I grew up, right? My mama had me cutting the grass every Saturday. I was out there cutting grass, vacuuming, doing all kinds of stuff. On Saturday, that's a day of rest. But she didn't know any better, so she didn't teach me. So now it's time that we woke up to learn these things so we can stop doing them. Watch this.
Psalms chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
God says he shows his word unto Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Read.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation.
He doesn't deal with any other nation other than us. We read that back in Amos chapter 3, right? Now, we're going to get one of the commandments. Give me a commandment on the Sabbath day. So we're going to show you what we have to do on the Sabbath day. So Saturday, when this Saturday rolls around, get me food, get me cooking. So when this Sabbath rolls around, I want y'all to think. I want y'all to wake up and say, this is the Lord's Sabbath. I'm supposed to keep this holy. I'm supposed to do something because God requires something of me. Don't just wake up and say, oh, I'm going to go do whatever I want to do because it's Saturday and I'm off. No. We get together on Saturday. We congregate. We bring our wives, our children. We keep the Sabbath day holy, just like God commanded us to do. Watch this.
Exodus chapter 16, verse 23. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake today, and seeth that you will see it. And that which remaineth over, lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
So God is telling us, don't cook hot food on Saturdays. Do you like cold pizza?
Yeah.
You can eat that Saturday morning.
Right. Yeah.
You see that? Or what we do, we eat salads. God knows our body. So what he said was, I want your body to rest one day. I don't want any hot food in it. Eat your salad. Eat your sandwich. You know, eat something light. That's what God tells us to do on the Sabbath day. God has rules for us, and we got to learn these rules. You understand what I'm saying? Give me another one.
Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 31.
Watch this.
And if the people of the land bring ware or victuals on the Sabbath day to sell.
To do what?
On the Sabbath day to sell.
This is selling, right? Somebody's going to sell you something on the Sabbath day. What were we supposed to do? Watch this.
That we would not buy it of them.
We wouldn't buy anything on the Sabbath day because that's against God's laws. Read.
That we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath day, or on the holy day.
Or on the holy days, because we got other days to keep other than the Sabbath. We celebrate New Moon, Pentecost. We celebrate days that our people don't know anything about. Because guess what we've been taught? Christmas, Easter, birthdays. We've been taught all that stuff, but none of that stuff is in the Bible. And guess what it does, brother? It keeps us right here. And it keeps us out of that building right there. Because we continue to break God's laws. So, what was that? Did you finish up on that one?
Yes.
Okay. Give me that one. So now we know that we can't buy and sell on the Sabbath day. So what can't we do, Mom? We can't do what?
We can't eat hot food.
We can't eat hot foods. What else?
I mean, we can't buy nothing.
We can't buy. Guess what we do? We go buy all our food on Friday nights.
Right.
We buy everything we want to. Before the sun goes down on Friday night, we buy our food, we fill up our gas tank so we can travel, whatever we have to do. So when that Saturday rolls around, we don't go in anybody's store to buy anything. That's what God is commanding out of us to do. So that's what God wants us to do, right? So give me that working. Watch this. Working. Yes.
Oh, this. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 3. 6 days shall... I'm going to start. Verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel.
So God says, speak unto the children of Israel. Now, remember, this book is only talking about us. It ain't talking about nobody else. It says, speak unto... Did it say speak to everybody on the planet?
Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim in the holy convocation. Even these are my feasts.
These are God's feasts. Read.
6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest.
So 6 days. You can work. You can work Sunday. You can work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, until that sun goes down. Work stops at that point. 6 days shall you work and do all your labors. That's plenty of time to do your work, right? And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people think, oh, I can't get off on Saturday because my boss won't allow me. But all you have to do is go in there and ask.
Right.
You never know. When you start wanting to keep God's commandments, you'll be surprised at the doors God will open up for you. Right. Because a lot of us thought that we couldn't get off on Saturday. We went in, asked our boss, gave him a letter, and our boss said, yeah, you can have it off on Saturday. Yeah, no problem. You know, now if we had to work on Sunday, guess what I used to do? I used to work on Sunday. That was double time. I'd rather work on Sunday than Saturday, right? But now I don't work at all on the weekend. But the bottom line was, 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the Sabbath is the seventh of rest unto the Lord thy God.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.